ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्ततामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीं। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। We'll start from verse number 8. अमानित्वमदम्बित्वम् अहिंसा क्षान्तिरार्जवम् आचार्योपासनं शौचं स्थैर्यमात्मविनिग्रहः इन्द्रियार्थेषु वैराग्यम् अनहङ्कार एव च जन्ममृत्युजरा व्याधि दुःखदोषानुदर्शनम् आसक्तिरनभिष्वङ्गः पुत्रदारगृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वम् इष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु। Thus, these are called values that help in gaining knowledge. Sahakara sadhanani. That means these are all helpful for preparing the mind for knowledge, not directly. Indirectly helpful. While Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhanam, Viveka, Vairagya, these are all having direct impact on knowledge and gaining of knowledge. While these are all preparations. Morning also we saw Shubhavasanani. They are samskaras. Samskaras meaning they are impressions that can help an individual to prepare for this knowledge. Amanitvam, Madambitvam, Ahimsa, Kshanti, Arjavam, Acharyopasanam, Shaucham, Stairyam, Atmamanigraha, Indriyarteshu Vairagyam, Anahankara Evacha. All these and Asaktihi, in this verse we saw three of them. Asaktihi. Sanj means to attach. Sanj, Sanga. Sakti means attachment. Asakti means too much of attachment. Sakti means no attachment. Now again, attachment is not physical. If I say, are you attached to your car? Does it mean that you are put some kind of a glue and then getting attached? It's not that. Mental association. What is mental association? Repetition of the thought about that object. Mostly what we like, our mind gradually goes into that and get gravitated to that consistently. It can be pizza, it can be some movie, it can be some other activity, some habit. Any habit starts with some amount of mental attachment. It is called Shobana Adhyasa. Adhyasa means projection, superimposition. Of what? Shobana. Shobana means a liking, a notion of liking. An object by itself cannot give happiness, but I have a notion that it can give me happiness, then that thought repeats. And when you, with that thought, engage or enjoy that object, it appears to be more and more important to you. Until you come to have a negative experience of that. Until then it won't go away. I used to like Rasagulla until one time when I saw a black cockroach inside that. I took that soft little Rasagulla. Now I am just brainwashing you right now. Next time when you see a Rasagulla, inside there is a potentially a small black live cockroach sitting there. When you don't look at it and put it in your mouth, you can experience it. So whenever I see Rasagulla, I remember that cockroach. This is called dosha drishti. Dosha drishti means, no doubt it is sweet, it is so sugary, etc. But then there is a negative experience takes place that comes to your mind. In fact, everything in this world has got two sides. We look at only one side that creates shobana, a desire to enjoy that. But then we see the other side of it, then we know, okay, that also possible. During the time when a boy and a girl, when they are dating, they won't show the real face. So she's so nice, she's so smiling all the time, innocent, and the boy looks so cute, so smart. Afterwards, first it will become Chandramukhi. Right? Before marriage it is Chandramukhi. Then afterwards only you realize it is Jwalamukhi. After that this boy becomes Antarmukhi. So asakti is what? Shobana adhyasat. Because of the superimposition of the notion of happiness. So here he said asakti, absence of that, meaning sankalpatyagaha. Sankalpatyaga means not having a notion about things, positive or negative. And also, again, coming to immediate close relationships. Without that person I cannot live, or his or her joy is my joy. No doubt parents have that. Parents obviously have that kind of an attachment to the children. Why do parents have that attachment to the child? See, child having attachment to the parents, understandable at that age. What age? When they cannot do anything by themselves, so they depend upon the parents. Even when a small child is there, it cannot cook by itself, it cannot eat by itself, it cannot prepare anything. So the child is taken care of. The child has an attachment to the parents. Slowly, the child grows up to become a teenager. Don't even answer you. Where did you go, friends? Why are you late? Because. Yes, because. That's all. You imagine anything that you want. Are you hungry? Sort of. Kind of. Why are you not eating? Not interested. So are you really hungry or not? I don't know. Who will know? Other than you, who will know whether you are hungry or not? Don't care. So after some time, he does not have the same kind of an attachment the child has, small child has. And afterwards, that boy or the girl, then they go away to university, etc. Parents are still attached. Because their idea of happiness is attached to that boy. Whereas that boy's idea of happiness has changed. You see? His idea of happiness is no more the parents. They are there, it's okay. But his friends and then the boyfriend or the girlfriend or so many other things, it goes on. So it didn't become one-sided love. Only the parents are still, oh, my child. So then one becomes miserable. One feels empty. One feels lost. My child is gone now. He is not even thinking about me. And when he starts thinking about somebody else, he's more worried. How dare you do that? What do you mean? So, putra, dara, griha, adishu, anabhishvangaha. This does not mean you run away from them, but understand no more dependence on them for your happiness. That is what is pointed out here. And that can happen only when we seek something higher than that. Nityam cha samachittatvam, slowly gaining the equanimity of the mind, ishta anishta upapattishu. When the ishta vastu upapattishu, samatvam, anishta vastu upapattishu api. When it is a desirable object comes to you or unwanted things comes to your mind, come to your life, not losing balance. Because knowing that that is how the world is. That is how everything is. You are coming to terms with what is real, what is factual. Not having a fancy mind, everything should happen the way I want, everything should happen the way I imagined. Such a person only get disappointed again and again. Gurudev always said that disappointment comes to those people who have appointments. Why do you have appointments? Why do you expect anything from anyone? I didn't expect this from you. Don't expect. Who asked you to expect? When we expect something and did not happen, it is your mistake, not mine. Expecting a fish to climb the tree, it's your problem. No, don't expect. And it is always good to tell the other person what you expect. This is what I'm expecting you to do. That child, that boy or the girl, or even at home, workplace. No, I'm not going to do it. Then you will not be disappointed. Because you made it clear, I am not going to do this. Like a job profile, you better write everything. This is what we expect you to do. Okay. Then, not more than that, I will not do it. Similarly, in all our relationship, undue expectation will create great amount of disappointments. So here, mind should be kept equanimous at all times, and that is possible when we know either it is Ishtavastu Prapti or Anishtavastu Prapti, both of them are temporary only. Do you expect the weather to be same all the time? I don't. None of us should. When I am preparing to come from wonderful, my Southern California, I expected it to be like this only. I know it. If I expect it to be like that sunny, beautiful, I am the one who is fooling myself. Right? So, be ready for the changes that will happen. None of the change will come with your permission. Whether the people's behavior or your own mind, your own health, none of them will ask for your permission. So, nityam cha samachittatvam ishta anishta upapattishu. See, one of the value leading to the next one, how that is possible? The next one he says, as we read here, Mayi chananya yogena bhaktiravya bicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsati mayi chananya yogena avyadharina vivikta desha sevitvam aratir jana samsati. Ananya yogena bhaktihi. First. Ananya. Without thinking of me as somebody other than you. See, bhakti always is about otherness, right? The very word bhakti means to bhaga, to divide. That's why it's called devotion. Devotion starts with division. I am Jiva and Bhagavan is Ishwaraha. I am a created being, he is the creator. I am an individual limited being, he is Sarvajnaha. So always we have the idea of God is what? Somebody different, somebody great. No doubt that is important. In all religions, that is how it begins. God is always somebody who is different from us, greater than us, protecting us, created the world. And most religions stop there only. You have to pray, you have to beg, you have to ask for things. But here Bhagavan very clearly says, no, I do not want to do that. I want you to recognize you as no different from you. Ananya yogena. Na anyaha bhagavataha vasudevat paraha asti. Than the Lord, there is nothing beyond Him. So, this kind of a mind which understands that other than Him there is nothing, even me is nothing but His expression only. That is called Ananya Bhakti. Bhagavataha anyaha kinchit na asti asmin loke. The other than Him there is nothing else is there in this world. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Bhagavan alone is everything. It is hard to come to that kind of an understanding while we are, as Gurudev would say, university educated continental idiots. Because we always think that whatever we see, whatever we know alone is true. If I don't see, it doesn't exist. Whatever I see, whatever I know, whatever I perceive, through senses or the mind, that alone exists. Other than that, nothing exists. That being our way of thinking, prove existence of God if it is there. No, I'll tell you. You prove that you have brain. Now prove. You have seen your brain? Anybody? So what is the conclusion? Can you? Oh, no, Swamiji, it is really there. Okay, let it be so. So we always think, जो दिखता है वही सत्य है. What is there? It should be seen by me. Air is there or not? See? You see? No, I can breathe, Swamiji. Oh, very good. How about space? Space is there or not? Yes, between you and me, there is a space. Inside, a lot of them. Plenty are there. Now, we have not seen many of the so-called scientific facts also. It is not our personal experience. Is it not true? Do you think that you have seen Earth going around the sun? Have you? Or on its own axis? Have you? So then how do you believe that? Tell me. No, science says that. Somebody says so. Oh no, Swamiji, it is documented. This is also document only. What is Shastra then? So Shastra is also a document of experience. As much as today's science says this is so, it's the earth is on its own axis, it's going around the sun, that is why we have seasons, all these things. You have not seen. Don't you believe? It always begins with a belief. Everything begins with a belief and experimented and proven to become your experience. So to here, in the presence of God is to be believed, then only you will continue to inquire and find and discover that. And belief should not stop there only. It should proceed on to inquiry until it becomes an experience. Upanishad and Mahatmas would say, don't stop there. Don't just believe. If you just believe, you will be living. If you are believing, you will be living. That's why people, when you merely blindly believe, after some time they give up. Why? Because nothing, they did not proceed on the direction of what they believed in. So, Maicha Ananya Yogena Bhakti Yogena. And what kind of a bhakti? Avyabhicharini bhakti. Vyabhichara means deviated. Vyabhicharanam. Abhicharanam, Vyabhicharanam. Abhicharanam means to follow. Vyabhicharanam means to not to follow. Viruddhatvat. So that Vyabhichara or deviation should not be there. So double negative. Avyabhicharena. Bhakti yogena. So bhakti hi avyabhicharini. Maicha ananya yogena. Bhakti hi avyabhicharini. Abhicharini bhakti. Undeviated devotion. In our life also, anything that we could achieve is because of the one-pointed attempt on getting it. So also, when we have that kind of a love for the Lord, then we cannot but get it. That is why Bhagavan Krishna says, even if you are the greatest criminal in this world, abhichet suduracharaha, even if you are the most wanted criminal, bhajate mam ananyabhag, with thinking about nothing else, if he devotedly worships me, sadhureva samantavya, he should be treated as a sadhu. Samyak vyavasito hi saha, because he has decided to change. So here, that is a value. And somebody asked, what is the difference between value and virtue? Value is what you know, virtue is what you practice. As simple as that. Value is what you appreciate. See, I want everybody to respect me or not. All of us. I don't want anybody to insult me, criticize me, ridicule me, disrespect me, dishonor me. I want others to respect me. Do you do that? When you expect somebody to do certain things, that is what you value. But when you do it, it becomes virtue. Like, I want all of you to smile at me. Not now, but anyway. But when we meet each other, you smile. So I expect everyone to be happy with my presence, right? Smile. That is my expectation. I value it. But when I don't do it, eventually I will not get it. If I all the time, as though I have taken one small cup of castor oil all the time. So my face is like that. Then how do you think others will smile at me? Tell me. So if I value smiling from others, then I should be the one who's doing it first. Be the change you like to see. First you do it. So when I value something, I should be the first person to practice that. Then becomes my virtue. So all these values are given to us so that we emulate that, we cultivate that. And this cultivation refines our personality. That refinement of the personality is called samskar. Samskriti means culture. What is culture? That which is very well cultivated, refined. In Sanskrit, the word samskriti, so culture means refinement. Samskara is the means to refine. So these are all refinement of the personality. And a person who has thus love for the Lord, he wants exclusive time to do that. Is it not? When you have, especially youngsters, when they have in love with somebody means nowadays boy or girl, whatever it is, okay. Exclusive time. Is it not? They talk to each other, nobody else can listen. They want to silently, secretly want to meet. In the same way, a true devotee would not declare that he is a devotee. He would silently in love with the Lord. And to do that, he will seek solitude. Whether it is about the love for the Lord or love for the self, you need to spend time. Therefore, next value he gives, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. Vivikta Desha. Vivikta Desha means exclusive solitude. A place where Viviktaha Swabhavataha Samskarena va Ashuchyadibihi Sarva Vyagradivischa Rahitaha. Sarpa Vyag. So, a place where you go and stay in solitude, where either naturally or made to be solitude or a place of seclusion, where you do not have the fear about the snakes and the lions and those things should not be there. Don't go into the forest and then all the time wondering who's going to come. It so happened once, when I finished my brahmacharya course and all, so I went to our Coimbatore ashram. At that time, it was CRS was not there. It was just a paddy field. And there was Swamiji was there. So I went and prostrated him, and then I said, yeah, okay. So, yes, what are you going to do? I'm going to stay here for 2-3 days. Oh, very good. Okay. What are you going to do? No, I want to spend some time in solitude. Okay. So there was a small kutir in the middle of the rice field. If you want to, you can go there, but I don't advise it. Why didn't he? He said, I don't know. I didn't ask him also. Okay, after my breakfast, I slowly walked there. There was a lonely, small, solid one kutir. There was almost kind of a door was there, but not closing door. Sat there, very quiet. Large rice field. Sat there. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Some sound. 5 minutes or 10 minutes passed by. There were at least 4 snakes right in front of me, standing, looking at me. Om Namah Shivaya. And I dare not get up. So I was waiting for them. I just closed my eyes. So they started going around me. When the moment they all left the door, next moment I was there back to the ashram. And that Swamiji was sitting there. Come. I know. I want you to have a personal experience before you do that. So therefore, don't go into a place where you are, as Bhagavan says, na ati uchritam, na ati neecham. Don't go to the tip of the mountain and then stare all the time worried whether we'll fall down or not. Or under somewhere, some gufa where not even possibly any air or anything. Vivikta desha means even in your own home, a place should be confined for this kind of contemplation, quiet. As our Gurudev would say, when you are doing meditation also, don't tell that you are meditating. Otherwise, are you meditating? Oh, okay. After 5 minutes, are you still doing that? Or you are in the middle of the home. Quiet, all of you. I'm meditating. Now, why are you shouting? Just go outside. Switch off the TV. Make some coffee also. So your mind is constantly distracted. One boy, he wanted to meditate. He went to the Guru and said, I want to meditate. No, okay, go ahead. Please bless me. I'm blessing you. Go. So he went and sat under a tree. And Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. And as he said, I am next to 10 minutes, I am not going to open my eyes. So slowly he heard a cling, 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 cling sound. Oh, Indra is sending apsaras. He has heard that story. They are coming to distract me. Oh, no, I am not going to open my eyes. I am not like Vishwamitra. No way. Then there was like a air. Oh, they are just putting some perfume on my mind. After some time, he felt somebody, some kind of water. He opened the eyes, one buffalo was licking him. A smell. He ran from there and came to the Guru. Guru! Yes. I thought Ramba, Urvashi and all would come to disturb me. Guru said, for you, that is not necessary. A local buffalo will do it. So we get easily distracted. Vivikta desh is sevitva means where your solitude is helpful only when you know what to do there. The mind should be tuned to remembrance of the Lord, or if you have done the Shravanam study, then use that time or place to do the reflection. Exclusively. There are other things which you are busy anyway during the day, during the work hours, etc. This should be exclusively, I am just a soul. I am not a husband, I am not a wife, I am not a brother or sister or a son or none. I am pure soul seeking the presence of the Lord. I am tuned to Him. I am nobody. This is not me. This individuality I am not. Mano buddhya hankara chitta ninaham. I have no relationship except Him. So this, when we do it on everyday basis, then only we are getting a connection with Him. Any relationship requires continuous engagement, is it not? We go to a temple and then do celebration, go home, and we do not find or develop that relationship. In the solitude, one should develop a constant relationship, and that will help one to tune the mind whenever he wants. And next value says that in the case of prakrita jana santati, in the case of people who are worldly, are talking about worldly things, aratihi, not taking any delight in those things. No more interest in worldly things and transactions and various vyavaharas. Aratirjana samsati. So, that is why it is said here, Aranya nadi pulina deva grihadibihi viviktaha deshaha. Whether it is a shore of, the bank of a river, or under a tree, or a best is in a temple or in a place of solitude, there where a person not having any danger of anything coming quietly, an individual can remain in tune with the Lord, exclusively remaining in touch with that higher self, removing unwanted thoughts slowly. So that is also considered as tam sevidum shilam asya iti vivikta desha sevi. Then, and aratihi, as we saw, jana samsati, prakridanam samskara shunyanam sansat samavayah jana samtat na samskaravatam vinitanam samsat tasyaha. Jnana upakarakatvat, because it helps one to remain in touch with the higher knowledge. When we unnecessarily engage in talks about worldly things, mind will only go to that while watching what is called crime news network. So that is what will come again and again into our head. Whatever is going to be input in our mind, that will be the output. When you are talking only, that will come out. Last few values here given in the verse, next one, 12th verse. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam etat jnanamiti proktam ajnanam yatatonyata adhyatma jnana nityatvam tattva jnanartha darshanam etat jnanamiti proktam ajnanam yatatonyata. Atma jnanam itself is referred as adhyatma jnanam, adi atma jnanam. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam, meaning constancy in the knowledge of the self. Which means that there is one thing which is always constant, that is one's own self only. And knowledge about that is what is called nitya jnanam. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam means two ways you have to look at it. Adhyatma veva nitya jnanam. That knowledge of the self alone is always permanent. And other meaning is always remaining in the awareness of this self. Adhyatma jnana nityatvam. And that happens only when a maturity in understanding that that self is never away from me, nor it can ever be absent, even when I sleep. So many people think that, oh, I am aware of so many things, but nothing is there in the sleep. No, even when you are not aware, you are awareness only. Awareness does not become absent any time. Because when you wake up and say, I slept, that is also because of that awareness only. In Dakshinamurti Stotram, beautifully he says there, when you are sleeping also, yo bhut sushupta puvan sarva upakarana samharataha. When all the faculties are all withdrawn also, yo pratyabhijñāyate, ya pratyabhijñāyate, that which is being recognized, that recognition is what is referred as pratyabhijñā, and that pratyabhijñā eva pramanam. Sarva pramananam ekah eva satyam, that is pratyabhijñā. Meaning recognition, recalling. You see, if I see a flower and I walk away, is it not when I see the flower next time I recognize that? So even pratyaksha pramana or direct knowledge also works on pratyabhijñā. Anumana, all of them works on this pratyabhijñā, meaning recognizing, knowing, aware of. Similarly, when you go to sleep and wake up, it is not that you are absent for the world, no doubt, but for yourself you are not absent. Mind is absent, senses are absent, thoughts are absent, experiences are absent, world is absent, you are not absent. That you is Swayam Prakasha Swarupatvad, Swayam Jyoti Swarupatvad, of the nature of self-illumination, self-knowing, there cannot be an absent at all. Therefore, this pratyabhijna or the self-recognition, when you know the constancy of it, that is called Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. Recognition of the fact that I am the constant presence, awareness. Slowly coming to a point that I can never be absent. The world can be absent, everything can be absent, but I am not. Have you ever experienced your own absence? Yes, Swamiji, I went to unconscious state. You are not conscious of the world. But even when you are not conscious of the world, when you wake up, you know that you are unconscious about it. Adhyatma Jnana Nityatvam. And Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam. Artha Darshanam. Artham here means Atma Vastu Darshanam. And Tattva Jnana Artham. The real essence of your own being, directly perceiving it, directly knowing it, aparoksha jnanam, without any other external or internal media to know it. As we saw, that I am always aware and nobody needs to tell me that I am. Is it not? Nobody needs to tell me that I am. Are you there? Suddenly you are asking. Wait. What do you mean? You need to wait. What are you asking? Are you there? Let me think. There is nothing to think here. No, it so happened, I was signing a book. So, what's your name? And then, so usually when I say and then it's wife's name, right? And then what? So his wife was standing next to him. Tell my name. Oh. And then he forgot. That's the end of it. I said, you are finished. Go, you are finished. You may forget your name, but dare not you. So I can never be absent. I can never say, I am not. Are you there? No, I am not. You cannot say that. So, Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam. This is what is pointed out as the essential teaching of the Upanishads. So, here, Tattva Jnanam Kim Tasya Arthaha Mokshaha. The nature of the self is being present all the time, never absent, and of the nature of ever free. Moksha. Samsara uparamaha. It's the absence of all external changes. Tasya alochanam. Thinking about that is called Tattva Jnana Artha Darshanam. Tattva Jnana Phala Alochanehi Tat sadhana anushtane pravrittihi. Only by continuous remembrance of the fact that it is of the nature of moksha, which I would like to obtain, which I would like to reach, then only the pravrittihi, more and more inclination towards that will happen. So these are all called etat jnanamiti proktam. Starting from amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa. Those 20 values are referred by Bhagavan as jnanam. Why it is called jnanam? It is not jnanam per se directly, but they are sahakarika sadhanani. These are all helpful means to gain knowledge. Gurudev used to make fun of this, not fun of it. Explain this. Let's say somebody has come to your home and you ask, would you like to have some tea? Yes. So you tell, wife, prepare some tea. She goes inside. And after some 5 minutes, 10 minutes, no sign of it. Wait, you go, what are you doing? Tea. And then he looks at the Stove, it is only water is boiling. Water is only boiling. Where is tea? It will come. Water boiling is the phase one. You're starting with boiling the water, and then afterwards you add the ingredients and then all that. So, while putting the water on the stove and it is boiling itself is called tea, because eventually that is what it meant for. Similarly here, these 20 values are called jnanam because this is meant for jnanam. Etat jnanam iti proktam. Therefore, these are all considered as good as jnanam because it is meant for gaining knowledge. Of course, the direct means for knowledge is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. That is definitely there. One who has all these values but does not attempt on doing any Shravana, then of no use. You make the water boil and then switch it off. Done. What? You didn't do anything else. It is like going to the market, buying the vegetables, comes home and then going to sleep, not cooking. Then, how will you eat then? You got everything, but you didn't do anything about it. Similarly, these are all preparations are necessary for you to proceed to the next step of approaching the teacher, gaining the correct knowledge by his advice and doing the reflection and attempting to realize it through constant engagement in meditation. Nitaram didyasa, nididhyasanam. So, jnanam iti proktam, jnana artatvat, because it is meant for jnanam. Other than that, meaning anything opposite of that, meaning manitvam, dambitvam, himsa, opposite. All these are called ajnanam. See, ajnanam is not just absence of knowledge. Ajnanam is unpreparedness also. If one is mani, some people give the last name mani also. Mani means one who has too much of self-pride. Manitvam, dambitvam, himsatvam, asaktitvam, all these are all ajnan. Why? Because they would not help you to gain knowledge. So, therefore he says, anyata viparyayena manitvam ityadi ajnanam samsara pravritti karanam. They are more and more drawing towards worldliness. Therefore, etat jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yatatonyata yat ataha anyata. Those which are other than this. So these are all the few places where Bhagavan directly indicates what needs to be done as sadhana. So jnana sadhanas are not actions. As we have seen, jnana sadhana is not any particular action to do. So when we study Vedanta, there is no particular action to do, even though certain things like japa or upasana, etc. are necessary to tune ourselves, but they are not directly going to give you knowledge. Similarly, further subtler than that, than doing japa or doing upasana or the observation of certain vratams, etc. They are okay, they are necessary for us to slowly get prepared, but jnana sadhanani na karmani. They are not karmas. They are not action. Amanitvam means what? Is it an action, particular action? Is sincerity an action? I am very sincere from morning 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. Then what happens? Can you say, every day, 5 minutes I do sincerity? Sincerity is not an action. It is an attitude. It is a frame of mind. You keep engaging in any action with that attitude. So the sincerity is not by itself is an action, but it is required in every action to express. So all these are all considered as jnanam, and anything opposite to that is called ajnanam. Now, interesting thing is, why they are not direct means to knowledge, or why they are necessary for knowledge. So here, what is the topic that Bhagavan is going to talk about, having spoken about jnanam, next he is going to get into jneyam, to be known. Right? What is to be known? Bhagavan has clearly said, I am going to briefly talk about what are all the various vikaras of kshetra. Kshetram, yat vikari yatasyat, we said that. Sachayo yat prabhavena. What is the prabhava of kshetrajna? Samasena shrunu. In brief, I will tell you. Then he explained chadvesha, sukham dukkam, sangadas chetanadridihi. All these are all considered as kshetram. Then before you go to kshetrajna, which is a jneyam, both are one and the same. The knower of this body, called the self, and what is to be known, jneyam tada kshetrajna, both of them are one and the same, really speaking. What is to be known is the kshetrajna. So now he picks up that point. Jneyam yattat pravakshyami yajñātvāmrutamashnuté anādimat param brahma nasattannāsaducchate jneyam yattat pravakshyami yajñātvāmrutamashnuté anādimat param brahma nasattannāsaducchate. Yat jneyam, what is to be known, tat pravakshyami, that I will speak now. What is it? First one, anādimat. It is of the nature of beginninglessness. Param, supreme. It is neither sat nor asat. Meaning, it is neither real nor unreal, or it is neither existence nor non-existence. This is how the Upanishads kind of confuse us. Contradiction is unavoidable when it comes to abstract knowledge. Anything abstract cannot be confined to known terms. If I say, tell me what is space, you can say, you cannot by itself explain space. That which accommodates everything. What is space, I asked you. No, that which accommodates everything. You cannot say what is space. What it does, you say, but what it is? Emptiness. And emptiness, that means it is not there. Oh, what is space? Emptiness. That means it is not there. No, it is there. Then what is this? That in which everything else is. What it is when you are asking, you are doing something else. So you cannot directly explain that. So abstract things which is inconceivable by the mind can be only indicated. And here, one should not objectify the self. That is the first point. Therefore, na sat. Meaning, it is not something which is available for your mind to comprehend as an object. It is not something which by the mind or the senses can be known as an object. Gurudev used to say, it is not a vastu. You know what is self? Here in the test tube. You see that? Okay, show it everybody. It is not an object to be shown. It cannot be. Since because I don't know or I can't see, you cannot say it is asat. It is neither sat, it is neither objectifiable thing, nor that it is not there. Like what? Like the horns on my head. Do you see it? Somewhere I asked this question. Not yet. The answer. If you keep talking like this, I think something will come like that after. So that which is not there cannot be said to be existing. That obviously. Non-exist. It is not like non-existence like Narashringavat. It is not like that of the horns on the head of the person. Nor it is an object like any other inert thing. But it is there. Nasattannasaduchyate. So anadi, it is beginningless. And there are some technical details here. Anadi mat is a redundancy in that word. Anadi itself would say beginningless. Anadi mat, that which has beginninglessness as its nature. No need for that. But then Shankaracharya says, only to fill the meter, that's all. Don't go too much onto that. You'll go into grammar and then prove that it is not necessary there. And Matvaram is not a correct way of interpreting. Anadimat Param. It is beginningless and supreme. Supreme means what? It is the highest. Beyond that there is nothing. Anadi. Because if you say just Anadi, even ignorance is also Anadi. Ignorance is also beginningless. Is it not? See, if somebody mistakes without rope and snake, nothing is complete. Now, coming back to point. So, somebody sees the snake, we have to ask, from when did you see the snake? What is the answer? When did you see the snake? From when you started seeing the snake? If you say, until yesterday I saw the rope, and today almost I am seeing the snake, then you understand that is not true. The snake mistaking that to be a snake is anadi. And yesterday up till yesterday I saw the rope, and today onwards I am seeing the snake. That means your ignorance also has got a beginning then. And what is the cause of that ignorance? Knowledge. That's not correct. A contradictory, opposite thing cannot create each other. So when I say this rope, this snake which I am seeing is anadi, right? Beginningless. So ignorance is also beginningless. But the point is, when we shed the light that it is a rope, that ends. Upon discovery of it being a rope, the misunderstanding that it is a snake ends. So that means ignorance, even though anadi, has an end. Now when you take a rope is also anadi. Before the snake also it was there. Because of the rope only snake has also appeared. So if you say this ignorance which is of the rope as a snake is anadi, that which is a substratum of that snake is also anadi. Think. Correct? It is not after the snake the rope came into being. No. Even before the snake appearance took place, that rope was already there. So the rope was also anadi. And the rope which appears to be the snake, when you come to recognize, you understand rope had been and is and ever shall be. So it is anadi, ananta. So both are anadi, ignorance as well as the reality. One ends, one does not end. So that which is anadi, ananta alone said to be eternal. And because it is anadi and ananta, therefore there is no question of it ever being bound by anything. So, nature of the self being moksha, and that moksha swarupa of the self is anadi, not knowing is called bondage. It is not that a bondage has gone and moksha has been produced. No. Moksha is always the nature of the self. Bondage has ended only to discover the eternal nature of moksha. It is like even you are having slept and when you wake up next morning, what a nice sleep, Anand mein so gaya. So now, Ananda that you experienced in the sleep, what was the beginning? How did it start? Or because of what it started? And if I ask, how did you get into that state of Ananda in sleep, in the absence of all other things which was disturbing me? The world was not there, my spouse was not there, my dog was not there, and sense organs are quiet, thoughts were not there, worries were not there. So in the absence, you have discovered something. Absence cannot create something. Can the absence create anything? A thing that is not there, can it create something? So absence of the mind and the senses and the other things cannot create a positive presence of joy or bliss. Therefore, the bliss that you experience even in the state of sleep is uncaused. Not caused by the absence of things. In the absence of things, you come to rediscover that. You come to recognize. It is called that. What is that the word I said? Recognition? What is it in Sanskrit? Pratyabhijna, prati-abhijna, coming to know, recognize. So already I am of the nature of bliss only because of my engagement with the world, etc. It apparently has shrouded and covered it. When those things are removed in the state of sleep, what has already been there, been experienced. It is not self, Paramatma is creating happiness to you. It is happiness. And when we are busy with something else, we fail to recognize it. And in the state of sleep, when it happens to us forcefully because of physical mental tiredness, we do not have a positive ability to know it while it is happening. Only upon end of that condition, I was happy. The difference between Samadhi and Sushupti is that in the case of Sushupti, the sleep, you come to recognize it after, in Samadhi, there itself. And since it is there itself you experience, there is no doubt further. There is no more doubt about it. So here, Anadi, it is beginningless. Anadimat, Param, Supreme. Brahma, that self, it is always there, beginningless, coming to no end at all. It is neither Sat, objectifiable, nor it is absent. Why it is important now? Na Asat. Now, why it is not Asat? That is what is explained in next 3 verses. How it is not Asat? Just because I do not know, just doesn't mean it doesn't exist, as I said before. I do not know does not mean it doesn't exist. So, when a person coming to gain this knowledge and comes to know, it has been there even when I don't know. So one only wonders how in that foolishness I lived. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi was asked, tell us about your past. Who will talk about that foolishness? Meaning, I have, that time when I was living without this knowledge, what all useless things I was doing or thinking, is it worth even talking about it? Or what use is that? So one comes to recognize that even when I was unaware of it, it was there. It is not something newly newly created, uncaused happiness it is, which has been always there. And in my foolishness or misunderstanding, when I given importance to something else, that those which I gave importance started binding me. And I am the only person who can get rid of it. Nobody else can do that. Because I created it. If I am having the most wise guru also, if that person tells me, if I don't listen, can he ever release me from the bondage then? And anybody says, I will release you from bondage, $1,000. Stay far away from such people. Nobody can do it other than yourself. Even Bhagavan himself, Uddaret Atmanatmanam. Why not Krishna said, I will take care of it. I will Uddaret, I will take. No, you do it. But he always said that if you come to me with total surrender, I will take care of it also. But that total surrender is you have to do that. Tesham Mityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahavyam. It also says, Tesham Satadayuktanam Bhajadam Pritipurvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayantite. I will give them the knowledge and they will come to me. So here, I will this speak about Jneyam, what is to be known. So continuing here. Sarvada Panipadam Tat Sarvadokshishiro Mukham Sarvada Shruti Malloke Sarvamavritya Tishtati Sarvada Panipadam Tat Sarvadokshishiro Mukham Sarvata Shruti Malloke Sarvamavritya Tishtati. By saying that everything that is in this world, covering all of them, sarvataha, from all sides, Panipadam tat, sarvataha, of everyone's, Pani, hand, Padam, feet, is none other than his hands and his feet. Sarvataha, Akshi, Shira and Mukham. Of everyone or everywhere, Akshi, the eyes, Shira, the head, Mukham, the face. Sarvataha, everywhere, Shrutimat, ears. Loke, Sarvataha, in that world, in this world, everywhere, Sarvam Avritya Tishtati. It covers everything and stays. That very self alone is the hands and legs and eyes and ears and nose and face of everyone. See? So, now you see, if it is everywhere, how will you see? So, Asti, when it is said, it is. But not as a single individual being or a thing. It is everything. Now, when this being everything, how will you comprehend that? So, by saying that it is all hands and all legs and all face and all eyes and all ears, what is proved is Asti. Because earlier what is Asti in the sense? Not as a single individual object or a thing that can be objectified. In what form it is? Sat Swarupena. Sarvataha Sat Swarupena. As pure existence. Having the hands and feet. So that's why Bhagavan, when he showed the Vishwarupa, Vishwameva Mama Rupam. The whole world is me. Everything that is there, me. The cosmic form. The whole cosmic form is me. The whole cosmos is me. Other than me, there is nothing else. Anything you say, above, below, right, left, past, present and future also. Everything is included in me. Now, when everything is included, how will you see it? So if you look at out in the sky also, there are so many stars and galaxies, etc. Can you see the beginning or an end? So anything objectifiable must have a limitation. From here it begins and here it ends. That is not possible here. Just because, therefore, you do not see like anything else, you cannot say it doesn't exist. So therefore, na sat, like any object, na asat. Indefinable it is. Ettadadreshyam agrahyam avarnam ajakshusutram tatapani bhatam nityam vibhum sarvagadam susukshmam yad bhudayonim paripashyanti dhiraha. This is what Upanishad says. First says it's adrishyam. Cannot be described. Adrishyam. So here, sarvada panipadam. And showing the entire upadhi, all beings, all faculties. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. So when a Mahatma, when he starts recognizing the Lord in this way, when he sees the world, what does he see? His ears, his feet, his hand, his eyes. Through everybody's eyes, the Lord is looking at me. Eh? So everyone who is seeing me, if I understand Lord is looking at me, what will be your condition? Chup chap. Think. The Lord is looking at you from all sides. Can you make any mistake then? And He is listening to every word that you say. And even if you don't say, He hears that. When we elevate ourselves to that kind of an understanding, that is called true sadhana. Sarvada panipadam yattad sarvadokshishiromukam. It is like, I give the example, when you go to a barber shop, when you stand in front of the mirror, there is one mirror there, one mirror behind. So your own head is thousands of them there. Sahasra Shirusha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrabad. Is it not true? So many heads. When you move, all the heads move. Oh. So when you know that it is you alone reflected many ways, many mirrors. Now, along with you, your dog also goes. Think about its condition. What will it do? Oh my God, so many dogs. It will shout and bark till death because it cannot recognize it. What? I am alone, everything. Does it know? Does it not bark to death? So also, ignorant people who don't recognize the presence of the Lord alone is everywhere, keep fighting in this world, only to die. Once I recognize it is me, there is nothing more to. Tatra ko moha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha. So here, sarvada panipadam tad, sarvada akshihi, kshira, mukham, eyes, face, head. Shutimat loke, in this world, he alone, his ears alone is everywhere. Sarvam avritya, covering everything. Tishtadi. He remains. That's why he points out that na sat, na asat. It is not one single individual being or an objectifiable presence, nor that it is ever absent. Now, if it is said that his hands, eyes, ears alone is everywhere, then he is also, I am a chota samsari, he is a bada samsari then. I have one house, okay, one wife or husband, one set of children and useless ones. So that much alone I am. Now you see, the whole world is bada samsari ho gaya. Ishvara, poor thing, How much of samsara? So when, you take care of your house, etc., the Gurudev used to say, you have one child or two children and your wife and husband doesn't know. You know how many brahmacharis and swamis I have to take care? I am a greater samsari than you, and I have not one house, 300 houses, 80 hospitals, 80 schools. Think about my samsar then. How such masters could manage, we cannot manage one house, he's got to manage so many of them. How is that possible? So here, next verse will show very clearly, sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarvabhritchaiva nirgunam gunabhoktrucha sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarvabhritchaiva nirgunam gunabhoktrucha. Again bringing in apparent contradiction. As I said, contradiction is unavoidable. Sarvendriya gunaihi abhasam. Gunaihi abhasam. Through or by all the various gunas, all the various indriyas, abhasade, expressing. Expressing through all aspects, through all senses, through all faculties. At the same time, sarve indriya vivarjitam. This is called adhyaropa apavada method. Adhyaropa apavada is very simply put, when you are taking a shower, because of your body has some dirt or whatever, you put a soap, right? Only to remove the dirt. But because the soap has removed the dirt, don't keep the soap on. You put the soap, you have done the removal of my dirt, let it be there. No, even the soap has to go. Just like you are brushing your teeth with the toothpaste, after that, will you not spit out this toothpaste also? Because it has done the job, and remove it and come to the original condition. When a cloth is dirty, you put a soap only to remove the dirt, and the soap also goes away to make the cloth come to the original condition. In the same way, to understand the self, there is a deliberate superimposition is done. What? That self itself, even though it is nirakara vastu, no form, no quality, nirguna vastu, but it is functioning through all to express its presence. In the absence also it is going to be there. It is through all the sense organs it is expressing, but at the same time it does not have all the senses always with that. It is only as expressed form of its presence here in this world. It has all the hands and legs and eyes and ears and eyes, right? But in the absence of also it is present. Because we cannot see directly, there is a deliberate superimposition. Now, giving another example. You come to the temple and there is a Shivalinga there. Now, when you see the Shivalinga, you see it as Shiva. Right? But you cannot see the Shiva unless there is Shivalinga. Our mind is so conditioned. See Shiva here. Where? Here. Where? I don't see anything. So you need a kind of a alambanam. Alambana means a support. So that alambana is meant for you to keep your mind in the thought of God. It is a support. Without the support, you cannot bring the mind to that. It is like July 4th. Salute to what? What? US flag made in China. Now, the flag is not USA, but flag representing USA. So thinking about that country is helped out by looking at that flag. If you are going to UN, there are so many flags. Oh, here you see, yeah, my country's flag is also there. So that is not your country. It represents your country. Similarly, to think about the Lord, I need an external form to keep my mind on that. That stone is not Shiva, but your mind is on Shiva. Nikrishtavastini utkrishta buddhihi. In the insignificant object, you are bringing a most significant thought of God. In the same way, I cannot at the present moment understand who is that God or Ishvara. He is the one who has hands and legs and ears and nose and tongues and everybody, every being. Not a particular form which is sitting in the temple. Everything, sarvam avritya tishtati. Ishvara is having sarva upadi, sarva bhutana upadi. So, sarvadappani padam yad sarvadoksha shiromukam sarvadashruti mulloke sarvam avritya tishtati sarva indriya gunabhasam. Up to that point is adhyaropa. Adhyaropa means projection. Now, immediately he brings said, apavada. Apavada means rejection. What is it? Sarva indriya vivarjitam. Finished. Nothing is actually his. See, if I say, is there power in this room? Yeah. What are you looking? Where are you looking? At the light. Is the light the current? But when the current is there, it expresses through that. When suddenly it goes off, power gone. How do you know? Light is not there. So, light is an expression of the presence of the current. But not current is the light. Similarly, Sarvendriya Guna Abhasam is an expression. But that is not he. Because he is there what? Sarvendriya Vivarjitam api. Even without the light, his presence is there. You have a doubt? Put your hand there. You will know it. Direct experience. Aparoksha Anubhuti. Finished. I know. It is there. Maybe bulbs are gone, fuse. So, adhyaropa is deliberate superimposition to make feel that its presence as the presence in everything. But at the same time, his presence is not depending upon any one of this. In the absence of all that, sarvendriya vivarjitam. Similarly, asakta, unattached, sarvabhrit, support. Supporting everything without having any attachment to what it supports. Don't you tell your child, you must listen to me, I am taking care of you. Then you are not Brahman. If the boy is a Vedantin, Sarvabhrit, Asaktaha Bhava. You support me, but don't get attached. In Malayalam, the word Bharta means one who carries the weight. Bharya means weight. That's really bad, Swamiji. That's not true. So, Sarvabhrit, Sarvam Bibharti. He supports everything. At the same time, he is unattached to what he supports. Asaktaha Sarvabhrit. Nirgunam has no quality. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas is not there. Guna Bhoktrucha. Even though it does not have, that self does not have by itself any of the Maya Krita Trigunas, the Sattva, Rajas and Tamas is not his. Yet, we, as you and me, he is the one who is experiencing it. Guna Bhoktru, Gunanam Bhokta. So, the one who is experiencing the various qualities of the nature, at the same time in himself is Nirgunaha. Nirgunam Guna Bhoktrucha. And so, where is it? Okay, all that I understood. Where exactly is the self? Andar hai or bahar hai? Here, Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha sukshmatvat avijñeyam durastam chantike chatat Bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha Sukshmatva tadavijneyam durastam chantike chatat. Bhutanam bahihi. He's outside all things, all of us. Outer skin is where that's our limit, right? This is the limit of our being, outside that. Oh, outside, inside also. Bahirantascha. Outside also, inside also. Bhutanam charam acharame, and including the middle also. So outside the body, inside the body, in the body also. Or in the body as the body. Charam, acharam. Outside the table, inside the table, and the table also. The space is where? Inside the room or outside the room? So the hall, we are sitting in the hall. Where is the space? Inside. Outside? Is there or not? Where is the wall? Is the wall sitting where? What makes you think inside and outside? The wall. Where is the wall? That is also in space only. Madhye api. Antarapi, bahihi api, madhye api. So that is why bahirantascha bhutanam charam acharam. Even that which is moving and unmoving, everything is in that. See, it is like a fish inside the water, and it is going here, there. Another fish says, what are you looking for? Water. Are you mad or what? Now, where is water? Bahirantascha bhuta. That has read Bhagavad Gita. It is outside, inside, you yourself are in that water only. Where are you looking for? So you may look, it will make funny, right? So now you apply that to you. Where is the self? Antar bhi main hu, bahar bhi main hu. Main hai hi, I am sitting in you only. I am in you. I am in that Lord only. So you're looking for outside, there is. Inside, there is. Where I am. And that I am is in presence in Him only. But at this point, because our mind is not that very subtle, sukshmatvat, being much more subtler than anything else, tad avijneyam, not easily comprehensible. So that is why study and reflection, and more understanding of the very minute further details and subtlety, when it is gained, then there is a clarity that comes. Oh, what am I looking for? It's already there. But don't take it for granted. Oh, I know now. मुझे मिल गया, मालूम हो गया. ऐसा नहीं चलता है. So one should not arrogate, I know. Sukshmatvat tad avijneyam. Durastam. It is so far away for avidushanam dure stitam. For those who do not know, it remains so far. Vidushanam tu antikam. Antike. It is very, very, very close as one's own self for those who really know it. Tad ejati, tad na ejati, tad dure, tadu antike, tad antarasya sarvasyasya bhagyata. Upanishad says it is moving and not moving. Oh, why? How is that possible? Either it moves or not moves. How is that possible? When Gurudev used to come from a long flight, so we as brahmacharis will stand and welcome him in our Sandipani. And he would have just landed from, let us say, New York or somewhere. He will come to the airport, and from there he will come to the ashram, and we all will welcome. He will be fresh like a flower. Come out, laughing. So people say, Swamiji, you had such a long flight. Are you not tired? I sat in New York and I didn't do a thing. And I got out of the flight. Where is the question of tiredness? You tell me. Did I walk? Did I run? Did I jump? Did I fly? Why should I be tired? Oh, it's a mind, I'm so tired. Why? I came all the way from there. People just keep thinking I flew a long journey, therefore I should be tired. This is called jatalokam. What do you call jet lag? What did you do? Tell me, you are going to India. What did you do? Khavo, pivo, so. Khavo, pivo, so. That's what you did. In between, you watch the movie also. Where is the tiredness, you tell me? So it is said, tad ejati, it moves. So when we move, it appears to be moving. Tadna ejati, but it doesn't move. Just like when I'm moving, I have a space inside, especially in my head. So when I go, is it space is going with me? I am going in space. Space is not going anywhere. Similarly, the consciousness being everywhere, it is not Chota Kashina sitting in somewhere in my head, somewhere here. So when I'm moving, consciousness is also moving with me. No, you are in consciousness. You are moving in consciousness. Because it is inside and outside. So, tad ejati, tadna ejati, tad dure, meaning when you don't know, it appears to be Bhagavan. Kahan dekh rahe ho? Kahan dhoond rahe ho bande? Isn't it? Main andar hi baitha hu. I'm not looking for. So, tadure, for those people who do not know, he is far away somewhere. But those who know, is the closest to presence. Tatu antike. Durastam cha antike cha. Sukshmatvad, being very subtle, tad avijñeyam. It's not easy to comprehend. That doesn't mean you should give up. Oh, by study and reflection, one comes to recognize its presence, and you cannot but be in its presence thereafter. We'll see more of it. Hopefully, I will finish. It will see. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.